Hi, welcome back. Today we talk about visualization of plane waves. So far we have been exposed to equations representing plane waves. Today I'll make an attempt to make you see the plane waves so that you can, it's an attempt to visualize. There is nothing like a perfect visualization. It is one way of visualizing it. Eventually, as you go along, you develop your own methods to visualize a plane wave. What I'm going to show you today are probably a couple of ways of visualizing the plane wave. There are multiple ways of visualizing. It depends how well you want to, abstract the equation in terms of a picture. So let's consider the plane wave given by this equation E naught bar e to the power of minus j beta xx minus j beta yy minus j beta zz. This is a wave propagating in space in some arbitrary direction and has electric field oriented in a particular arbitrary direction, but they're orthogonal to each other, that we know. Now we ask the next question, how do we visualize this? In order to visualize, let us consider a simpler version of this plane wave, which is given by ay e naught y e to the power of minus j beta zz. Shall we visualize this wave first? Okay, what are the properties of this wave? This is propagating in z direction, correct? The electric field is oriented along y direction. That is also right. What else we know? If you want to plot this field, let us say, I want to plot this electric field, then I go into time harmonic form. And how do I do that? You multiply it by e to the power of j omega t and take the real part of it. If I assume that E naught y is purely real, then it turns out to be cosine omega t minus beta zz. Can I plot this? Yes, I can plot this as a function of x, y and z at a constant time, some time, say t equal to 0. So this is the picture of that which is plotted at time t equal to 0. Now if you notice here, this amplitude, the electric field amplitude, is maximum when z equal to 0 and becomes 0 at some point in space, and again it becomes maximum but in the opposite direction after traveling the same amount of distance. So this distance is known as one wavelength, where the field repeats itself. We know this also. Now we ask the question, how does it behave in time? What happens if I change time? So there are two things you must observe. What happens to the field as a function of time at a particular point in space, and what happens to the field as a function of time everywhere in space. Let's watch it. Words can't explain a picture. So somehow I have to make it run the show. I'm going to run the show. What's happening now is something is moving. What is moving? Nothing is moving. Oh, something is moving. Yes. If I were to ask you repeatedly what is moving, probably some of you will answer the maximum is going forward. Some of you will say, no, minimum is going forward. A keen observer may say, no, a constant phase point is moving forward. It doesn't matter what the constant phase point is. That is moving forward. So this represents a wave going in the positive z direction. Brilliant. Now you observe something else. Instead of observing the wave over the entire space, observe the wave or observe the electric field at a particular point in space. For convenience, let us choose the left bottommost corner, this point in space here. And I'm going to run the movie once again and see what happens. That bar is going to go away in a moment, and then you can watch the electric field in the corner. It is decreasing, gone to a 0, started increasing towards plus y direction, touched maximum, decreasing, comes to 0, starts increasing towards minus y, and so on. Its amplitude at a given point in space keeps increasing, becomes 0, goes to negative, becomes 0, and it keeps oscillating like cosine omega t because z is fixed. So this is the typical nature of a plane wave. This is one way of representation. Let's see other ways of representation in a moment. Let's take this one. What do you think about this? Is it a plane wave? Yes. What is plane here? Constant phase surface is a plane. Therefore, you can see the direction of propagation. It can be either x or minus x. It can't be in any other direction because constant phase surface has to be orthogonal to the direction of propagation. Right. How about the electric field orientation? It is y oriented. Let us also check its direction of propagation. In this picture, it is more going towards positive x direction. Given this much information, can we write an equation for the electric field? Yes, make an attempt. It's not very complicated. The electric field E naught is y oriented, therefore it is Ay E naught y, and e to the power of, it is propagating in the x direction, therefore it will be e to the power of minus j beta. That is the electric field of this particular plane wave. You can represent that in time harmonic form by multiplying with e to the power of j omega t and taking the real part of it, which is cosine of omega t minus beta xx. Uh, let's. Oh, that picture was too complicated. We'll simplify the picture in a moment. What is that we know about plane wave? Uniform plane wave. On the constant phase surface is a plane, and on that constant phase surface, on that plane, the electric field is uniform. That is, it is constant, it doesn't change. So instead of plotting the fields everywhere, all over the place, we just take a line along the direction of propagation and plot the electric and magnetic field on that line. That's good enough. You take any surface perpendicular to this line, any plane perpendicular to this line, on that plane, the field will be constant because it is uniform plane wave. Right? So this is a representation that comes out to be simpler. And if you can visualize this and imagine that you will have collection of superposition of these pictures all over the space, that is how the plane wave is propagating. It's like coming like a tsunami everywhere. Can you visualize that tsunami? Yes, it is that. Now, what do we see here? Suppose I say that the yellow line is electric field. If I say that yellow line is electric field, can we write the equation for the electric field as Ax cap E naught x e to the power of minus j beta z if the wave is propagating along the positive z direction, which it is in this case. Done. Now, what does the green lines represent? You got it right. It is the magnetic field. How do we get that? It's straightforward. You write an equation for the H field. Somewhere I have to get that. Yeah, 1 upon eta an cap cross E naught e to the power of minus j beta an dot r. Why is it this way? An, we have derived this result. We know that. An cap is the unit vector in the direction of propagation. In this case, it is az cap. E naught is ax cap. Therefore, we have to evaluate az cross ax, which will be ay, of course. And therefore, the H field is y directed. And what is eta? Eta represents intrinsic impedance of that medium. Since it is a lossless medium, eta will be square root of mu upon epsilon, which is a purely a real number. Therefore, the electric field and magnetic field are in phase in time. And that's what this picture is also showing. Okay, see one more representation. In this particular case, I have chosen a very awkward kind of direction. which is an cap equal to minus 0.8 ax plus 0.6 ay. That is represented by the red line. Look at it for a moment, think about it, and convince yourself that that red line indeed represents the direction of propagation. The yellow lines here represent the electric field, and I can move it. That means the electric field is going up and down. We also know in our mind that the magnetic field is orthogonal to it, number one. Number two, we also know that this electric field exists everywhere in space. The whole thing is moving like a tsunami. Yes, done. One more thing, this I should have told you. If you think of this YZ plane, on that YZ plane, this electric field, in fact, the tip of the electric field traces a straight line, that red line there. Yes? I know you have seen it. You remember this. This is called polarization of this wave. In this particular case, it is linearly polarized. Polarization is always observed for the wave when the wave is going away from the observer. You could have observed it for an incoming wave, but it is our convention. We have accepted that we will observe the polarization of an outgoing wave, the way it is being seen here. So this is linearly polarized. What do you think the circular polarization will be? Yes, the tip of the electric field will trace a circle. Let's see how does it look. Yeah, let's go to this picture and let's make a movie out of this. Now, if you see the tip of the electric field, it traces a circle. What is happening to the magnetic field? That will also be spinning, but it will be orthogonal to the electric field. That's all. And it will be orthogonal such that E cross H gives the direction of propagation. Everything is contained in those few equations. This is known as circular polarization. In the next session, we will learn about how to represent the polarization mathematically.